Alright, so here we have an aftermarket fuel filler door for a Honda CBR, and I didn't buy this. The customer supplied this part, wants me to install it in his fuel tank along with some other work. So I was looking at this part to kind of see what I'd have to do to get the old one out, because the old one, the keyhole is all jacked up, and I saw some YouTube videos on how to fix that, so I might try that, but I may end up cutting out the old one. So I was looking at this one to see how it works and see how I can, you know, possibly get it out of the fuel tank. And in doing so, I decided I would test this one and see exactly how it works. So I take the key and I put it in there, and I turn it, and it retracts these two little tangs, or whatever you want to call them, and that allows it to open, because the part of the fuel tank would be around these when they're out. So to open it, you have to retract them. So I kind of knew that's what it did, no big deal. So then I'm like, okay, so I'm just pretending it's installed. I'm like, yeah, you open it up, okay. All right, no big deal. So then you put your gas in, and you close it, and then I'll take the key out. I'm like, the key doesn't come out no matter what I do. It won't turn enough counterclockwise to get it out. So then I just sit here and wonder and go, well, you know, maybe I need to squeeze these. I need to help it a little. It's aftermarket, maybe it's a little sticky. So I sit here and I do this and this and this, and I look at it and I'm like, maybe there's a little hole. You can put a paper clip in or something. You know, maybe you got to put 2 paper clips in it. I'm like, well, why? I don't know why you'd have to do that, but I'm thinking there's got to be some release. And like, maybe this little cap comes off and you can release it. I don't know. I mean, I sat here and just fiddled with this endlessly for, okay, it wasn't endlessly, but for 10 minutes I'm like looking at this, and then I came back to it later and I'm like, well, maybe if I turn the key a little harder, you know, so what if I squeeze these and then turn the key a little harder? And I was thinking, what if I put a big pair of pliers on there and squeeze it? And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this thing is defective, and I'm going to have to tell my customer, you know, you got to get another one. Maybe you need to get the Honda OEM part or something like that. And then, you know, I was thinking about how I was going to tell him that. And then I came back later and I played with it again. Well, the solution here is extremely simple. And I can't believe, well, I believe it, but it's just, you know, I like to think I'm pretty mechanically inclined. And it took a YouTube video, you know, again, thank goodness for the people that post, because the solution here is so simple. When you push this closed, it seals right here against the tank. So the tank will be pushing up against this seal. This will be pushing down against the tank. So anyway, what he showed in the video is it's so simple that when you press it down, watch what happens. I'm going to press that way on the seal. And those things pop out. And then guess what? The key comes out very nicely. You put the key in, pretend it's installed. You put the key in, you turn this, and then you would pull this up and you put your gas in. And then when you close it, and you push down on it, the tank pushes on it like that, and it locks. And I'm like, oh my God. How simple. Why did I not know that? Well, guess what? I'll never forget that now. There you go. So, not defective. It's actually kind of a relief. So, I can install this. I may have to drill out the old one, because on the old, the tank's a little rusty inside, and these are out, and they're, you know, there's a piece of the tank that catches this around there, so I can't drill it out from the inside, so I might have to drill it through here all the way through, and then I have to clean all the metal shavings out of the tank. So unless I find a better way to do it, but either way, once I finally get it out, I can install this piece, and I'm so happy about that.